Hello friends and fellow gamers, this week in Idle Heroes we have the Merry Carnival. Now this event happened exactly 1 year ago and ended up being one of the most shockingly brilliant events of 2024. Well, the event this year is exactly the same as it was last year, but even better. The rewards are stronger and it's just as easy for free-to-play players to get huge rewards this week. All you need to do is maybe spend a few profit orbs, spend a few thousand gems, and as long as you play smart, you can walk away with some huge rewards. However, the main part of this week's event is completely skill locked. If you don't know what you're doing and you start randomly clicking buttons, you will get nowhere near as many rewards as people who are smart and tactical and know what they're doing. So we will be covering how best to approach this week's event. And for those of you that don't want to use your brains, we'll even show you a little algorithm that you can use, which will solve all the event for you. Now, before we look at this week's event, if you need one-to-one advice in your Idle Heroes account, go ahead and join our Twitch streams on Tuesdays, where we do account reviews. That's where I give you one-to-one advice to help you make progress. If you want more information on how to take part in that, check in the description below to find our Discord channel, where you can get all the information you need to learn how to sign up. Sign-ups open on a Tuesday, and one of the easiest ways to get access to the sign-up channel is by backing me on Patreon. So if you want to help the content I make here and also get access to one-to-one advice, that is the place for you. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out this week's Merry Carnival in Idle Heroes. Each day for logging in this week, you are going to get yourself 5 sweet lollipops, very standard for a Fantasy Factory event, and a profit orb as well, which could help you with your profit summons. More importantly, we're getting 2 celebration tickets, which means there are 14 of these tickets up for grabs as long as you log in every day this week. Now, celebration tickets are very important as they are the crucial way that you're going to be getting rewards this week, so please do not miss a login this week if you want to maximize your rewards. Now let's start this event by looking at the cool events. The Food City Feast is coming to an end, so if you haven't already, cash in your hot dogs and get some nice prizes. We generally encourage people to go for the Treasure Train selection chests, as these are very useful for improving the bonus stats on your account. If you've got some universal crystals, you could even use them to pump up to a pink chest, if that was something you were interested in. Value packages this week are offering gems, profit orbs, some sweet lollipops, and treasure coupons. You can buy them for contract story gems as well if you wish, but I don't think it's worth going for them this week, simply because there's nothing in these packages that is going to help you maximize your rewards, which is brilliant news. It means we don't have to spend our contract story gems to get fantastic prizes. That's great. Normally, we tell free-to-play players that they need to use their contract story gems to get good stuff. Given that's not the case, save your contract story gems this week and do not worry about these packs. When we look at the event, you'll realize these are the last thing you need to make progress. Fantasy Factory is of course back, and it is, like last time, the new and improved version, which gives us access to even soulbound crystals, or pages of destiny, if you're able to push up nice and high. If you didn't hit the jigsaw stage last time, you'll definitely be hitting it this time, which means you should be getting yourself a lot of honey stars, which means pushing down to the floor that contains soulbound crystals or pages of destiny should be achievable for you guys this week if you've got the spare gems to spend on your sweet lollipops. So definitely go for this if that's something you guys are excited about, because of course getting soulbound crystals will help you to get more contract story gems, which will help you with bigger events in the future, and pages of destiny, if they bring back another page of destiny event, can be useful to get lots of rewards and sigils to help you in the various game modes where you can bump up your bonus stats. On top of all of that, we have our Profit Summon prizes. This is getting you a hero from every faction, along with Light and Dark here at 50 and 60 points. You're getting 5 soul symbols, a copy of Vesa, and a core of Transcendence. More importantly, at 80 points, you get a copy of Basilisk, 15 Glorious Relics, and 2 Celebration tickets. So Celebration tickets can be acquired from Profit Orbs as well. And like I said earlier, Celebration tickets are crucial for making progress this week. So the one thing I want you to remember is you get 2 tickets for 80 Profit Orbs used, and you can do that up to 8 times. So there is potentially 16 tickets up for grabs here. Very exciting. Finally, in the cool events, we have Heroic Miracle. This is getting you a Betty copy if we're able to get 3 5 stars in the Light and Dark factions and 5 5 stars in every other faction. You can get these from Cause of Transcendence, summoning shards from your bag, even doing just the Prophet Orbs and then summoning the ones you get. It's very, very easy to do this. Even fusing counts. So if you have access to this, which you most definitely should, you will be getting Prophet Orbs, you'll be getting armor, you'll be getting a copy of Betty, and you'll be getting sweet lollipops to help you make further progress in the Fantasy Factory. So definitely do the Heroic Miracle. Don't forget to get this done. Now, the Merry Carnival is where the important stuff happens. First things first is you will have the Celebration Scratch Card. This will give you a 3x3 grid containing randomly the numbers 1 to 9. Your goal is to go ahead and create a line of numbers, giving you the best possible result. You can pick which column you're going to go with and choose to be your final total. Depending on the number, you will get different rewards. The best possible outcome is 6, which is only acquired from 1, 2, and 3, and that will get you 1,680 of these green flags. You can see there are some bad results like 7 and 10, but even here, look, 8, that's giving 630, that's not bad, and 9 gives 280. The closer you get to the middle, which is statistically more likely, you'll see the flags are getting worse and worse, the amount you can get. And then once we come back up to the other end, you'll see we start getting higher rewards again because these results are rarer, with 24 paying out 1,008, and that's acquired with 7, 8, and 9 specifically. So our goal here is to try and find the areas that will give us the best possible outcome. Now, you don't always know what that area is going to be, but always play towards the area that has the highest expected value. So if there is ever an opportunity somewhere on the board for you to get 1, 2, and 3 together, always go for that, because the proportional difference between 1,680 and potentially low rolling is so weighted towards the 1,680 that you will always take the gamble to aim for the 1, 2, 3. If you know it's impossible to get 1, 2, and 3, then your attention is going to be looking towards 7, 8, and 9, or 6, 8, and 9 for these higher level rewards as well. So you're always just looking for the best possible outcome. Now, we know that there is a 4 on the edge here. Our next obvious choice will be to go ahead and remove the middle area to find out what's there. Now we know that we've got 4 and we've got 5. This is a bit awkward, as these numbers are in the middle and they don't weight us towards either of the extremes. So at this point, I probably want to go ahead and find possible locations where we could be picking up 1, 2, 8, or 9. So I'm going to go ahead and look in one of these top corners here, as both of those options is going to give us information about one of the columns and one of the rows here, and potentially what's pairing alongside 5 as well. So let's go click up here in this top right-hand corner. That's a 6. Okay, this is where stuff gets a bit weird. It's looking like this board isn't very good. However, there is still a possibility of 1, 2, and 3 being in this column here. 6 is also the highest number that we have, so I'm very tempted to lean left and check this upper corner. If it's a 9, we could have 6, 8, 9 at the top. Also, the presence of 9 could mean we have 7, 8, 9 on this column here. So finding out what is here could be extremely valuable. So let's go ahead and click here and see what we get. That's a 2. Okay, given that we know that 2 is up here, a lot of the combinations now are all really bad. However, this column on the left does have the probable chance of being 1, 2, 3. Given that that has the best possible payout, I am now going to go ahead and confirm on this column, as I have ran out of attempts to reveal possible numbers. So let me go ahead and take a look, see if we get 1, 2, 3, and we didn't. That's okay. You'll actually see if you look at the board, none of the results on that board were good. So we took the risk, and it doesn't matter that we low rolled because we still had the chance of getting 1,680. So if I repeated that opportunity multiple times over and over again, we would still have a positive return on what we'd want from these flags. So let's go again. Let's see if we can get lucky. 5 starts out here. Let's go clear the middle. And there we now know we have a 2. Now, that's a bit awkward. 5 is kind of a dead number, so I don't really want to be revealing anything that pairs alongside the 5, so I'm just going to assume this top row is not interesting. That means I actually want to go in the bottom left or the bottom right here to gather some more information. So let's go in the bottom left and see what we get. A 9. That is very, very interesting. So what that then gives me the opportunity of is a few different places we could go. We want to find out what else is in one of these rows with 9. We also want to get some information on one of these rows with 2, and we've already decided that 5 is a number we don't want to investigate. So I'm going to go in this bottom right-hand corner to see what we have. 7. Okay. What we know now is really, really annoying. We could have 1, 2, 3 in the middle, but we could have 7, 8, 9 at the bottom. 7, 8, 9 could get us 1008 flags. But it could also be 7, 6, 9, which would get us 420. Both of those results are relatively nice, so there is a 2 in 5 chance of getting something above average. However, this middle column has the chance of being 1, 2, 3, which gets us 1680. That is pretty nice. However, if it's 1, 2, 4, that's 7, which is really bad. 1, 2, 6 would be 9, that's 280. That's still all right. I think we take the risk, and if we do end up with 1, 2, 3, I will be very happy. Let's find out. 1, 2, 8. That is extremely unlucky. And it turns out, there you are, 9, 6, 7 was 22 at the bottom, which ended up being pretty decent. That was 420. So some of you probably would have taken the gamble on the bottom row, others would have taken the gamble for the mid-level. Let's go buy some more. And let's keep it going, just to give you guys more of an impression of how this can play out. So we've got 6 here. That's a much better starting number than the numbers we've had before. There's a 7. That's actually rather interesting. Okay, now at this point, again, 6 is a really awkward number. You know how I discounted the 5 last time? I'm going to do the same here, and we're just going to go in the bottom and see what we get. 4. Oh my gosh, these numbers are really bad. There is a chance that 1, 2, 3 is at the top. I also want to learn more about what could be in this column with 4. I also want to learn what could be in with 7. So I think we go in the upper right here to see what we get. That's a 2. Okay, now we definitely go for the top, just in case it's 1, 2, 3. Hopefully this is finally our payout. Nope, it's 5, 9, 2. And if you look at that board, all results were terrible. We're getting very unlucky with a lot of these boards. 2 here, that's very exciting. Click on there, is 4. Okay. Now, I want to learn more here. I want to learn what is with the 2, just in case there's a chance for 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to click in the upper right here. That's a 3. At this point, I think we check to see if this is 1, 2, 3. If not, it might be a really high number, and then we'll go for that. There you go. That is 1, 2, 3. Absolutely perfect. Finally, we've got our high roll. That gets us 1,680. So immediately, we're in a great position. 5, let's have a look. Next is going to be 8. Okay, going to ignore the 5. I don't want to learn anything more about that. That's a bad number. 8 is a fantastic number. Let's go in this upper right. 9. Okay. Given that we have 9, I'm now going to say that we should go in the bottom left here to check if we've got 7, 8, 9 or 6, 8, 9. And if a 1 or a 2 or a 3 appears, we'll then go for this column, as that will give us information on where 1, 2, 3 could potentially be. But no, there we go. That is 6, 8, 9. There are no places that 1, 2, 3 could be. 6, 8, 9 is 100% the best possible result. So we'll claim that. There you go. That's 840 more flags. If you guys are unsure about doing this yourselves and trying to intuit the best possible result, there is a link that I will put in the description that will take you to a site where you can actually work out what you have. So we're starting with a 7. So let's go enter that 7 into here. Now we'll go and reveal the middle. That is a 3. We should probably go in the bottom left because we'll learn about 7, 8, 9's location and also 1, 2, and 3's location. So we're going to go in this bottom left corner. We learn 9. That's going to change a lot. So we reveal here and we get a 6. That is very, very good, which means that column immediately is a guaranteed 6, 7, 9. Now, you could argue, do we go ahead and send it on this middle column, which is 1, 2, 3? Which is awkward, because this actually has a lower expected value, because you're guaranteed to get 420 on this left column. But there is a chance that you do get 1,680. There's also a chance that you get 630. But you can see that the algorithm is telling us if we did this a statistically significant number of times, on average, going for this middle column, we're going to walk away with 355. But if we go for the left column, we're guaranteed to get 420. Now you have to ask yourself, is that difference of 65 points negligible? Would you take the risk? I'm going to argue, no, I wouldn't take the risk, because there are actually some really horrendous outcomes. And if it does end up being 1, 2, 3, that's heartbreaking. So we'll take this. What did it end up being? It was not 1, 2, 3. So 6, 7, 9 was the best possible result. I'll do this one more time to show you guys how this algorithm works. So we're going to take the middle here. We know we've got 6. We now know we've got 5. So now that we've put in our 6 and our 5, I think our best choice is now to reveal this bottom left corner or the bottom right corner, because I just want to ignore 6 here. I don't think it's going to give us anything too amazing. So let's go in the bottom left, and we get a 9. We now know that 7, 8, 9 is a possibility in the left column and the bottom column, and also we don't know if 1, 2, 3 is in that far right column. So let's get as much information as possible by revealing this bottom right area. That ends up being a 1. So now you can see we have a very high expected value in this column with 1, because there's a chance of 1, 2, and 3. So we'll send on this, and if it does end up being 1, 2, 3, that's really good. So let's see what we get. It was 1, 2, 4. Ah, that was 84. That's unlucky. And no way! That had 7, 8, 9. Oh, that was hugely risky, but unfortunate. Wow. So both of those were really good possible chances of outcomes. We just got unlucky in that situation. There are going to be feels bads moments like that where you don't quite walk away with the best possible outcome, but as long as you're always playing towards expected value, you should be okay. And if in doubt, use that algorithm to help you. Now, if we take a look here, we've used 11 flags and we've got 4,300 green flags. That's great. That's around average. You probably want to get about 400 green flags for each of the purple flags that you pick up. Purple flags are required by using tickets, and as you can see, green flags are given as rewards depending on how you perform in that area. Green flags can be spent to pick up some pretty nice looking rewards here, and you'll see the more green flags you spend, the better rewards you will unlock. So first you need to spend 1,000 green flags to get access to this treasure chest here. You need to spend 1,250 to get festival chests. Note that this contains encapsulated memories and sweet slumber, 2 very good items, one giving you crit damage, one giving you holy damage for your transcendence heroes. Pink chests are here as well. This is just normal pink chests for the treasure train. At 2,500, you're also getting a pink chest that contains festival treasures. So there is a chance for the bunny basket, or the finest hour recorder, or the melodic pippa, which gives protection for your transcendence heroes. And all in all, you're just picking up the best stuff for your treasure train by getting these green flags spent and then doing stuff that's going to enhance your train. I would argue that you don't want to jump into spending straight away. You want to spend all the tickets that you can in this event. All the ones for logging in, all the ones for spending your 20,000 gems, and also any additional ones you may want to spend by doing profit orbs to potentially increase the number of green flags you have access to. Increasing your green flags means that you could go and purchase better rewards, but also it means you can spend more green flags and unlock higher level rewards where you can spend your purple flags. Purple flags can be spent in batches of 18 for artifacts for the lower level, deific artifacts for an upper level, so this could be really good for free-to-play players. You've got origin chests here as well to help you if you're punching in the Tree of Origin. We've got material stuff for the Grimoire, very exciting resources there. We've even got Destiny if you have 12,080 flags, and if you get super lucky and get 16,000 green flags, you can even pick up Star Soul stuff. Now, 18 flags is your purchase limit for these, and it's very easy to get to 36 flags. So you should be able to, with very, very little difficulty, pick up 2 lots of these rewards. Newer players will want to be going for Origin artifacts to establish those on your account. Other players will probably be leaning towards Tree of Origin stuff, or if you can, Grimoire stuff to get a bit of enhancement there. Or if you really can push far enough, Destiny materials, as they will help you in the long run. Also, if you do manage to spend 12,800 green flags, you then unlock the chance to buy Deluxe Gift Box 2s, which is very, very good. So using these for your green flags is very nice as well, because you can use those to get free awakens, to get more contract story gems, to help you in other events in the future. Any leftover purple flags you have can be spent on Cause of Transcendence, and green flags are probably initially worth spending on this deluxe resource selection chest here. as this contains stuff like Stellar Shards and Crystals of Transcendence, Promotion Stones, Guild Coins, whatever it is that you might need. But this is a nice way to do that initial spend to unlock access to the train boxes, and then obviously spending on the train boxes allows you to unlock deeper rewards here, where you can spend your purple flags. Now, you're getting 14 tickets for logging in every day. You're able to buy 20 of them from here. So that's 34 tickets you're getting already. So all you need to do to get to 36 tickets, and therefore 36 purple flags, is spend 80 profit orbs here in the event. On top of that, you may want to do more to punch up more green flags to get access to better rewards, but if you high roll, you won't even need to. Other daily rewards include treasure coupons. You can pick up 10 across the week by making sure you claim these. And we also have the opportunity to spend with plentiful gifts and feast packages. Plentiful gifts are, as they usually are, rewards for using your profit orbs this week, up to 640 profit orbs. But you have the unique benefit of being able to pick up celebration tickets from the bonus rewards as well. So we're getting our usual Cores of Transcendence and access to Transcendence materials here for the first package. For the second, you're getting access to Tree of Origin materials. And for the final, you're getting lots of chests that contain Destiny stuff, along with all of these tickets as well that will allow you to do more progress in this week's event. What's nice is these feast packages are not like a relay. You don't have to buy one before you can get the next. You can just pick and choose whichever one is more beneficial for your account. So if you need access to Destiny stuff, you can just straight up buy the $100 pack and still get yourself a ton of celebration tickets in the process. If you just need Tree of Origin stuff, you can pick up the $70 pack. Or if you just need access to Crystals of Transcendence or Stellar Shards, you can pick the $30 pack. Also, the $10 pack isn't even that bad either. That's getting you the Privilege Manual, which is getting you better login rewards across the week, getting you access to more and more deluxe gift box chests. I think that's access to potentially 20 across the week for logging in. And you're also getting 10 celebration tickets as well, which makes the $10 pack really, really nice value, and I would be tempted to pick that up myself. Because having access to 10 more tickets means you can even get to a point where you now have 60 tickets to use on the event, which means, assuming you use your profit orbs as well, you can get yourself 3 lots of these rewards, not just 2. That's not bad for $10. On top of that, additional spending is going to get you more tickets, which means more purple flags, which means more rewards in the long run. So the more you spend, the better rewards you get this week. There are absolutely going to be people that spend all $210 here, that's for sure. I know there will be people that skip out the $30 package as well, and people will just pick and choose dependent on what is giving the best rewards for their account. What is also really nice about these packs is with the top one, you're getting double rewards for the Fantasy Factory, and with all these packages, you're getting Prism Story Gems, proportional to how much money you spend. What's nice about that is this event does not require you to use Contract Story Gems. So those Prisms can either help you buy an A tier, or you can exchange them for hero copies, which you can then destroy to get a lot of Contract Story Gems to help you in future events on your account. Either way, this event, despite being extremely simple, has a complicated but rewarding scratch card system, which, if done right, can get you access to lots and lots of free rewards. If you know what you're doing, you can walk away with anything from deific artifacts all the way up to Star Soul material chests. And overall, that for me is a fantastic event, which honestly sets up for next week as well, as this is going to be Mid-Autumn Festival. A potentially amazing event that requires us to use our wishing fountains. It's a Sky Labyrinth event, and this could be really exciting. It could be an opportunity to use Contract Story Gems alongside wishing fountain coins. Last time we had a big wishing fountain event, it wasn't the best, so maybe this is an opportunity for DH Games to redeem themselves and give us a very nice wishing fountain event. I hope you've got coins saved or arena stuff that you can convert to get more wishing coins, but this event does have the potential to be very, very good. If you want to learn more about next week's event, make sure you hit that subscribe button, as I will be covering that week's event as well. And hopefully I'm feeling a little bit better, as if you haven't noticed, I'm quite congested and ill this week, but that doesn't stop me from bringing you these event review videos to make sure that you know what you're doing in the weeks ahead. So make sure you subscribe to find out what to do in the Mid-Autumn Festival next week. And if you do get lucky with this week's event, let us know what rewards you pick up in the comments section down below. And remember, don't spend your green flags up until the very end of the week, as you want to maximize your celebration card total to maximize the potential rewards that you can get. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, have an amazing week and happy idling.